have different ways of improving their mood when angry. We have all seen people punch a wall when mad, and indeed, previous research has indicated that some people aggress to improve their mood. What do top athletes do when angry? Srijil on 1994 found that anger often hurts an athlete's performance and that capability to control anger is what makes good athletes even better. This study adds to the past research and examines the difference in ways to improve an angry mood by gender and sports participation. The participants were 78 Rice University undergraduates ages 17 to 23. Of these 78 participants, 48 were females and 30 were males, and 25 were athletes and 53 were non-athletes. The participants were asked to respond to a questionnaire that asked about what they do to improve their mood when angry or furious. Then, they filled out a demographic questionnaire. Here are questions to answer. Do athletes and non-athletes deal with anger in the same way? Are there any gender differences? Specifically, are men more likely to believe that aggressive behavior can improve an angry mood? Let's now find out and answer these questions.
So the participant independent variable are gender and sport participation. While the dependent variables is angry mood. Anger out is quantitative variable because anger out are scores. Scores are numbers and numbers are quantities.
I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head.
As what is shown in the slide, the anger out scores have a positive skew. Since there are more scores below the mean, then the skew is identified as positive. This implies that there are less people in the study who are into expressing their anger verbally or physically.
The mean for the anger out score is 16.08. In order to get the standard deviation, we have to get the variance of the anger out scores. The variance is obtained by adding the square of the difference of each scores and the mean divided by the total population minus 1. The variance then is equal to 17.78622. In getting the standard deviation, we need the square root of the variance, which is 4.217.
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless.
First, the mean of both box plots are actually above the median. Basically, this means that the distribution of scores is positively skewed. The positive skew denotes that there are less males and females showing aggressive behavior exhibiting an angry mood. Second, the comparison between the male and the female box plots can also be distinguished due to the difference of the size of the spread of the data. As what is shown, the spread of the female box plot is not wider than that of the males, but the male's box plot is much more higher than that of the females. For the stem and leaf display, these are your data for the male and female. For the females, we have 2 ones digits and the rest are on the tens digits. For the males, the data shown is actually the representation of the scores in the form of a stem and leaf display.
In getting the range of the Ingrid scores is we have to subtract the lowest score from the highest score. The highest score for the Ingrid data is 31, while the lowest score is 10. Subtracting 10 from 31 will result to 21. So, the range for the Ingrid data is 21.
I just wanna be part of your
On the other hand, the interquartile range for the quartiles are shown on this slide. For the males, we'll have to subtract the 25th percentile from the 75th percentile. The values of 25th percentile is 14, while the 75th percentile is 19. Therefore, the interquartile range between the 75th percentile and 25th percentile is 5. For the 75th percentile and 50th percentile, the interquartile range is 2. For the 50th percentile and 25th percentile, we have 3. The same process is followed in obtaining the interquartile range having 5, 3, and 2 respectively.
complete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony.
As you can see, the mean for both box plots for the athletes and the non-athletes is below the median. This implies that there are more people in both athletes and non-athletes who gets mad but do not show or express their anger physically or verbally.
This is the frequency distribution of the controlled out score. So we have 7 classes. In obtaining the relative frequency of class A with scores ranging from 14 to 16, the frequency is 6 is divided by the total population of scores, which is 78. Therefore, we have 0.0762. For the following classes, we obtain the relative frequency following the same principle. Now, the values for the relative frequency are plotted in this histogram.
I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this.
The overall mean for the controlled out score in a total population of 7 to 8, we have 23.69. For the athletes, we have 25 for us, the mean, and for the non-athletes, we have 53. Control in means that people control their angry feelings by calming down or cooling off. So, this is a bar graph showing the mean of the control in for both athletes and non-athletes. The mean of the control in for athletes is equal to 24.32. On the other hand, for the non-athletes, it is equal to 20.84. This means that athletes control their angry feelings by calming down or cooling off than the non-athletes.
Somebody I can miss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this.
Again, the variance is obtained by dividing the sum of the squares of the difference of the score and the mean over the total population minus 1. So therefore, the variance for the athletes is 20.48, and for the non-athletes we have 22.82.
Where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I
Now, this shows the parallel box plots of the anger expression index by sports participation. Both the athletes and the non-athletes have their mean below the median. Thus, it is negatively skewed. However, the box plots for the non-athletes show that there are more non-athletes that are more expressive with their anger than the athletes. This box plot represents the comparison of anger expression index for the males and females. The mean for the males is above the median, and it depicts that it is positively skewed. However, the mean for the females on the other hand is below the mean, which implies that it is negatively skewed. Interpreting this, we could say that there are more females who are more on expressing their anger rather than the males.
The club isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. When we came and we let the story begin, we're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour, and how your family's doing okay. And even getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you.